Hey guys, last week's session was so good. Can't wait to play again today.
Oh, hi Tom. Did you remember to level up your character?
Sup D&D bags, my name's Tom and I'm here again today with another video to show you how to level up your character in D&D. So today, for all those new players, I'm going to be taking you through step by step through the process to make sure you've leveled up your character correctly for your next D&D session. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get your D&D 5th edition player's handbook. This has all the details that you need on your class, your race, everything like that, and I'd be surprised if you got this far without one. Now you want to have a look at the XP table on page 15. This XP table shows you how much XP you need in order to reach that particular level, and it shows you the proficiency bonus change as well, but we'll come on to that later. Once you've made sure with your DM that you've actually reached that amount of XP and can level up, then great, let's move on to the next step. So when you level up, your class will gain new abilities, and you have to make choices about which abilities or spells you want to take for that particular level. Bear in mind that these choices are permanent for your character, so try and think ahead in terms of the story or in terms of your adventure to see whether you might need these skills later on. So you want to turn to your class page in the player's handbook. And on that page it should show you level, features, proficiency bonus, and cantrips and spell slots. Now you want to look at this table and find the corresponding level. Once you've found the corresponding level, you should see something under features. If you don't, you can skip this part. Now these features that you have basically are essentially new abilities that you've gained, or it might be a choice that you need to make. So for example, if you're a monk and you've reached level 3, you unlock monastic tradition. Now when you unlock this ability at level 3, you need to make a choice between these 3 different traditions, and depending on which ones you choose gives you different abilities. So again, be mindful when you're making these choices to think about the story or think about the adventure ahead and whether these abilities and whether these features can help you. Once you've looked at the features and made the additions that you need to onto your character sheet, then we're going to be looking at proficiencies. Now proficiencies affect a lot of things. Weapons, armors, skills, saving throws and tools. All of which when you created your character, they would have had proficiency in some of these. Now the main thing here is to change your proficiency score on your character sheet. All of the skills on your character sheet which you've marked down as having proficiency in, they get this new proficiency bonus added to them. And the same goes to your weapons, armors, saving throws as well. So make sure to update this, and in any future rolls in your new sessions, you keep in mind that your proficiency bonus has changed. And finally, the last thing you need to think about is hit points. Now when you created your character, you have a maximum hit points dependent on your class. You also have a hit die assigned to you as well. That could be something like a D8. So when you level up, you gain another hit die. So if you have 1 D8, you now have 2 D8. So to work out your new maximum hit points, you want to take the new hit die that you've just gained, the D8 for example, roll that, add your constitution modifier onto that result, and then add that to your total hit points. For example, if I start off with 8 hit points and I roll a d8 and get a 3, my constitution modifier is +1, which is 4. I add the 4 onto my total at the moment, which is 8, and then I get 12. Now one tricky thing to bear in mind here, if your constitution changes for whatever reason, and the modifier on your constitution changes, that needs to be reflected in the hit points. Now let's say for whatever reason your constitution has increased from 13 to 14. That means your modifier has also increased from +1 to +2. This needs to be reflected on your hit points. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're now level 7, that means you need to add 7 hit points onto your maximum total because your constitution modifier has gone up. So I know some of you may be a bit confused there, so let me break that down a little bit. So each time you level up, again, you roll your hit die and you add on your constitution modifier, and then that gets added onto your hit point total. Now if you think about all those rolls laid out next to each other, and your constitution modifier has now gone up, essentially each one of those results has gone up by 1. So for each of those levels, you gain an extra 1 hit point. So if you are level 7, now you have an extra 7. Now I hope that's helped you guys level up your character for your future D&D sessions. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter, and guys, I'll catch you next time.